Hello and welcome to the Easy Computer Fixes channel, and today we're going to talk about that famous Windows 10 upgrade that will be available July 29th, 2015. Now if you're running Windows 7 and Windows 8.1, there's a good chance that you have a new little icon on the bottom right taskbar, which is a little white Get Windows 10 Windows logo. When you click on it, they actually tell you that you can reserve your upgrade. Why do you have to reserve your upgrade? Because it's going to be a download and you're like, well, you can do it anytime, and why should I reserve? Well, if you reserve it now, apparently what happens is that a week or two before July 29th, you will have a download of Windows 10 that will come slowly to your computer, and so it will be ready on July 29th to install itself. So, it's like taking a little bit of advance on the process. Now, who gets what when you upgrade? Basically, it goes with the version you have of Windows 7 and Windows 8.1. If you have a starter edition of Windows 7, if you have the basic, the Home Premium, you will get the home version of Windows 10. If you've got the Ultimate, or if you've got the Pro version, you will get Pro version of Windows 10. Now, the upgrade process is pretty straightforward in Windows 10. I've been trying all the builds since they started, and so I think even people that don't have a lot of knowledge of computer can actually safely upgrade, and it's pretty easy to understand. If you're on Windows 7, that might be a little more complicated if your computer's old. One of the things you should check for is simply click the little Windows flag on the bottom right in your taskbar. There's a little hamburger menu on the upper left of that window. You can click on it, and when you click on it, you have either your PC is ready, or you might have something like verify compatibility or so on. When you click there, it's going to tell you issues that it finds. Now, don't get scared. If there's still issues in your computer, it's probably because they haven't done all the drivers and everything needed yet. This is coming gradually as we go into the July 29th date. So check regularly. A lot of people have been saying, well, you know what, I had all sorts of issues. They were slowly disappearing, and then someday I just came back and it says you're good to go. So for a lot of you out there, this is probably what's going to happen. Unfortunately, some of you guys with probably the old hardware will maybe have a message that's going to say, well, you're not going to be compatible with Windows 10. I could see that happening with the oldest computers, and especially if you're one of those users that actually had a computer with XP or Vista and upgraded to Windows 7. That could happen because you were not natively in Windows 7 at the start, so some of the hardware may be too old to run. So just enjoy. The best comment, the best thing that I would probably say to all of you is not to rush the upgrade. You know what? You have 1 year to decide if you want to upgrade to Windows 10. And by the way, all of you that think that after a year it's going to be, you'll have to pay something. No, if you get the free update, it stays free forever for anybody that got it free. There's no subscription, there's no fees afterwards. If you get the free version on the first year, you will stay free. You will be able to reinstall your computer free. These are official. A lot of people think that after a year you'll have to pay something. No, you will not. It stays free. It's yours. You got it. If you've got a Windows 8.1 machine, I think pretty much everybody with Windows 8.1 needs to upgrade to Windows 10. For the majority of you guys, I think Windows 10 is a great operating system. I think it's going to be a very interesting, and we have a version of the start menu that's back, which is pretty nice, and it fixes a lot of things that people dislike. Also, the Windows 10 operating system will adapt to your situation. If you've got a keyboard plugged into your computer, meaning you use a keyboard, probably a mouse, you will have a desktop and icons like before. If you have a tablet or a touch system that does not have a keyboard, then Windows 10 will be in tablet mode, which will have a tile environment on your screen, a little bit like Windows 8.1 has. You know, it adapts on the situation. As for the 32 and 64 bits, if you've got right now a 32-bit version, it's going to upgrade to a 32-bit Windows 10. If you've got a 64-bit version, it upgrades automatically to a Windows 10 64 bits. So that's pretty much how it's going to happen. It is free, it stays free, but if you're on Windows 7, I would consider waiting a few weeks to a few months just to make sure that everybody, you know, gives you the positive comments of everything's working, everything should be okay. I think that would be important. If you're on Windows 8.1, you can of course wait a little bit because it's always a little scary, you know, to move to a new operating system. And for a lot of users, actually, waiting a few months before upgrading has always been kind of the way to do it with Windows. But I think Windows 10 will be one of the great operating systems, and thanks to new features like universal apps that run on pretty much every device, tablet, phone, and computers. The fact that Windows 10 is actually pretty fast, pretty crisp, and for those that run Windows 7, by the way, Windows 10 is actually faster to do pretty much everything than Windows 7 was. So that's pretty cool for that also. And you know, you'll have the new technology, you'll have new Windows, better security, new browser called Microsoft Edge, which will replace Internet Explorer. Now don't panic if you love Internet Explorer or need it for work, because a lot of people that actually work with their computers need Internet Explorer for reasons of connection with some work related computers. Then you can still have Internet Explorer 11. It's still there and it's still gonna work, so there's no problem there. Antivirus, stuff like that, you still have Windows Defender that was in Windows 8.1, which is pretty much the same thing as Security Essentials in Windows 7. So you know, check. I'll be posting a few videos of things that we need to know about upgrading or not to Windows 10 in the coming days, so check out the videos. If you have any comments, questions about this upgrade, about anything about Windows, let us know. We'll try to post any video online. If you have comments, if you have maybe a problem, something that we can actually help solve, or maybe even make a video to help everybody. And by subscribing, you will know when new videos are online. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you again.